the Alabama professor charged with killing 3 colleagues. Amy Bishop is on suicide watch this morning as we learn new details from her husband about her trip to a firing range just weeks before the shootings. Plus, new information from Massachusetts police about the day Bishop shot her brother more than 20 years ago. Andrea Canning is in Braintree, Massachusetts, has the latest for us this morning. Good morning, Andrea.
Good morning, Robin. And that was ruled an accident at the time, but sources tell ABC News there may have been a cover-up in the DA's office because Bishop's mother was a member of the police personnel board. Now, I spoke to Bishop's husband yesterday by phone. He tells me the one thing he wants to get out there to everyone is that his wife is innocent of all the past crimes that keep getting brought up.
Weeks before Amy Bishop allegedly pulled the trigger, killing 3 of her colleagues, she had visited this shooting range. Her husband says they even went together. But in a phone interview with ABC News, James Anderson said he doesn't know where his wife got the gun used in Friday's tragedy, and there was no way to predict she would snap.
Nobody understands what happened. Nobody knows. I mean, I can't sit down and talk to her and ask her, what happened, what went wrong, what broke.
It didn't happen. There's no way.
What about the people who died?
There's no way they're still alive.
We're now learning chilling details of Bishop's alleged rampage. Biochemistry professor Deborah Moriarty tells a reporter that 1 hour into the routine faculty meeting, Bishop opened fire, methodically shooting professors at the table one at a time. Moriarty managed to crawl into the hallway. Bishop followed, ready to shoot, but when she pulled the trigger, her gun clicked out of bullets. Moriarty scrambled back into the room, and the remaining professors barricaded the door. Bishop's husband says she was upset over being denied tenure at the university, but was once well-liked.
She was loved and respected by everybody in the scientific community and by her students. They all liked her. They all loved her. That's the problem, is all these closed things have been, brought back up.
A once hidden past Tom Pettigrew knows all too well.
I got the shotgun stuck in my chest. She told me to put my hands up.
In 1986, he says Bishop came into his store, agitated with a gun. Police say she had just shot her brother in the chest. The chief ruled it an accident despite accounts that she had been fighting with her brother right before the gun went off. Pettigrew says she told him a very different story.
She told me that her husband was after her. She got into a fight. He's looking for her. He's going to kill her. She's looking for a car. She needs to get away.
In 1993, Bishop was a suspect in an attempted mail bombing of her Harvard professor. Police say she was upset over what she thought would be a negative evaluation of her work. She was cleared due to lack of evidence. And in the coming years, she was praised for her work and was even featured in this article for her scientific inventions.
With very high intelligence and very high creativity, you often get other baggage with that.
But while some admired her, others just didn't get her. Police in her former Massachusetts neighborhood called the family regular customers, saying Bishop would repeatedly call 911 on kids riding their dirt bikes and playing basketball. Neighbors say she even tried to ban a local ice cream truck because it wasn't fair to her kids who were lactose intolerant.
The chairman of the campus chemistry department says it was Bishop's bizarre lone wolf personality that may have cost her that tenure at the university. Her husband says he tried to cheer her up in recent days, telling her she was beautiful, she was smart, and she has an IQ over 160. Robin?
And joining us now is University of Alabama Huntsville President Dr. David Williams. Thank you for joining us. There was a professor who stepped forward and is given credit for stopping what was already a horrific incident, and that is Professor Deborah Moriarty. She was there in the room when the shooting took place and was able to confront Dr. Bishop. What more can you tell us about her actions and how she helped bring this to an end?
I believe that she acted very quickly to try and stop Dr. Bishop from firing again. She survived 2 attempts to shoot her. And she managed to help start barricading the door when Dr. Bishop left the room. So it's just unbelievable how somebody can act that way in such terrible circumstances.
Dr. Bishop was denied tenure last year in 2009, and her husband said that he believes that was one of the things that set her off. Why was she denied tenure?
The tenure process took most of that academic year. The final decision was made in March of 2009. Dr. Bishop appealed the process. The appeals process took, again, a significant period of time because of the importance of the tenure decision. The appeal was denied. the original decision was upheld in November.
In November of 2008, you touted her on your blog for an invention that she created. Was there any time that you felt anything was out of sorts with her, anything out of the ordinary with her? And how much did you have to do with her? How well did you know Dr. Bishop?
There are over 300 faculty members on this campus. I know Dr. Bishop. I know many of the members of the Department of Biological Sciences and, of course, other professors. The particular case that was quoted in terms of Dr. Bishop's invention, that's an example of some research done at the university that generated intellectual property that had the chance to turn into a small startup company.
I know that you have spent time in a hospital
Yeah.
with some of the victims and their families. How can you tell? How are they doing? What can you tell us about their conditions?
The last I heard yesterday was that the two who remain in hospital are still in intensive care, and there's still a lot of work to be done to bring them back to their families. But when I last spoke to the families, they were much more upbeat than they were at the start of this process. So we are very, very hopeful that they'll continue to improve and they can return to their families and homes as quickly as possible.
That is good news indeed. And finally, Dr. Williams, tell us about the campus and the community. How are you healing?
We're going to spend the rest of this week building towards a memorial service, which will be 7 o'clock this Friday evening, when we hope to be able to celebrate the lives of those amazing faculty members. We plan to start classes again next Monday, when all those students in biological sciences and other departments that rely on our biological sciences faculty will be able to get back into the classroom and move towards completing their courses and their degrees by the end of semester.
The lives lost certainly should be celebrated, as you said. Dr. Williams, thank you very much for your time this morning. Take care.
Thank you, Robin.